Why is it making sounds? That's weird. Well, in any case, I might as well set up other thing. Where is it? I'm actually not quite sure if I should do a full run today or if I should actually go for attempts. It's always bad because I don't have too much time. Whenever I do is during the week. I think I'll do a couple Colossi and then I'll try to get a good early game. And once I get a good early game, I'll just finish the run. That sounds probably like a reasonable compromise. Hopefully. The most important part is honestly practicing Gaius. Maybe Phaedra and Avion as well for the no reset run during the event. That's not quite it. That's weird. Oh hell yeah, glad to provide entertainment value. Yeah, and that's honestly the reason why I'm practicing it as well. Like on Saturday I will have a very very big German event where I will be showing any percent normal, and obviously the three I'm mostly worried about are Gaius, Phaedra and Tavion. Everything else I think I'll be fine for. And honestly, Phaedra and Avion are more so the like worry for no reset runs. Just because if those go wrong, it's a bit tougher to recover. Or in the case of Avion, you just look very dumb. Like with Phaedra, it's a lot of time lost. With Avion, it's a lot of like time lost and moral damage on top. Like psychic damage straight up. Morale goes down from that point. I've done like an offline no reset run recently. That went perfect for the first half. And then the rest was god awful in the second half. So maybe practicing Pelagia would also be smart. But there I don't think I have like too many issues. It would be so good to have practiced like save states or something, specifically for Avion. I'd just love to practice the different setups that there are. on a regular basis. Because this swim just makes practicing avion so boring. That's another reason why I haven't done too many avion ILs either. Just because of like 25 seconds of downtime. It's more even. Let's call it like 35 seconds, I guess. Yeah, that's fair, Judge. Hey there. Nice to see you. Wow. Okay, I just jumped off too early. But that would never happen if I'm actually paying attention. I would love to get a couple of wing downs. Wing up I'm fairly comfortable at. Does it even show the buttons? Yeah, it does. I'm not sure about the controller inputs. They feel kind of misplaced at the top left. It's just that I couldn't find like a better suited thing where to put it. Okay, give me wing down, please. Thank you. I wonder if it's an exact 50-50. But what I've tried to make work is just let go and re-grab. And that's been working fairly well. And then just run over like that. Oh, excuse me, sir. Okay, that was perfectly executed when Wonder just decided to ragdoll out of existence. That's wild. Love when that happens. That's so strange. I think the reason that happened was when I wanted to re-grab, he just stumbled in the wrong direction and the grab command didn't go through. But it's always the same during a marathon. As long as the avion goes well, I'm not too worried. Yeah, Aiden, I will be part of a big event on Saturday. On like a big German, like, channel. It will be live from Hamburg and I'm so excited for it. My god. Okay. Legitimately, what am I supposed to do when he just decides to not? It is giving me a bit of anxiety, though I know in all of these cases I didn't do much wrong. Which honestly makes it worse in a way. Yeah, I put it on the Team Eco server and my own personal server. So for anyone who wants to follow that, like, join one of those servers and you'll be able to find all the information about it. It's in German, but, you know, the production is very high quality and it will be huge. Like, I know for big events like that, they usually get above 10,000 viewers live. And then some of the people that did speedruns before even got over 1 million views on the YouTube video after. So, it's crazy. legitimately. Might be bigger than ESA, honestly. In a way. And I'm so happy it's in person. I always wanted to be part of a big in-person event. Like, the only in-person event I've been part of was, what's it called? UKSM, which was on a con. Like, that was very cool, but it's not quite the same, right? Well, to be fair, I also was at ESA, but I was only commentating. Which also isn't the same. Maybe at some point I'll submit to more in-person events like that. ESA, UKSG or something. That would be super cool. Okay, give me a wing down. I'm gonna prove to myself that I can do it without an issue. Which I know I can. Okay, not pressing anything is so consistent. And then just going. Okay, that works. And then the second part is that, I guess. That wasn't quite what I wanted to do, but it works. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Yeah, so there is a way to do it without waiting, and it's technically even faster. I just haven't practiced it, so the problem is basically what PTO does is he immediately stabs and then directly lands on the second sigil. But the issue there is it's a lot easier to go wrong, and I have put in the practice. And waiting there gives you a better setup on the rundown because Wander doesn't stumble as much. Which makes the whole thing a lot easier. I've had a lot of problems with wing down, and that has been making it a lot more chill. Because I can just not press any buttons at all, and it's only about the timing when you let go. Yeah guys, you know what, I'll just try to do a couple any percent normal attempts. It's a bit awkward because I kinda want to go for world record. But I also need to finish runs for proper practice. So maybe the way to do it is to go for a good early game and then just finish the run. Yeah, the OG is a bit different when it comes to it. Yeah, because there's very little leeway with the whole thing. I'm at the point where I get it over 90% of the time. Like, I can't even remember the last time I failed it. Which is good for marathon. Okay, but I've been failing this. For some reason I've been failing this and it doesn't make any sense. Like, I never failed this one. But yeah, in the OG, the way that the whole weapon switch and whistle thing works doesn't make it as worthwhile, I think. Like, where people usually roll. Since the rolls have a better animation. Which is a bit strange. But hey, it works. When it works. So yeah, hopefully I can finish a run today, just for practice. Depending on how well these other games go, at some point I will have to force a no reset. Yeah, but Madarashi also did like jump stabs, which I mean I can do, but not consistently enough to like make it worthwhile. For now, at some point I will have to practice it to go further with the run. Oh wait, you're not talking about the avian jump stab wave, you're not all. I'll have to read what you wrote above. See, now I tried to read and I messed up everything else. That's interesting. So have you seen an aggro jump boost that you can get in the upper platform during the arena cutscene? What? No. Aggro usually stops automatically. That's so strange. I have never seen that before. Oh, wow. That's insane. I wonder what causes that to happen. I mean, that would be quite a clip if that happened during a marathon. And they had strange occurrences during marathons before. At some point, the game just crashed randomly in the middle of nowhere for no reason. Or another thing is... when... I remember on Malice at some point during a race, I think, which was also in a marathon event, Malice just glitched me and threw me all the way back. Why am I messing this up? Okay, here I said I want to do a full run today, but this is bothering me. I mean, the IGT time saves are always very solid, but I'll have to see what you actually like mean, or how it's performed. Oh, that would be very cool. You know, things that can be done during cutscenes are always very, very helpful with the current route. A lot of the new time saves come from strict IGT cutscene things, like the new Bass Run setup. Not only is it more efficient and not much slower, it's also during a cutscene, or like any other thing that works that way. We started, like, for example, during Hydra's. Okay, legitimately, this is bothering me so much. I haven't had an issue with, like, this whole section for so long. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, more Shadow. I have to practice more. I wanted to stream way more in preparation for the event. And I haven't gotten to it just because of work and because of everything else. Well, I'll try to get more streams in throughout the week, tomorrow and Thursday. It's on Saturday, I think 7:10 p.m. European time, Central European time. It's streamed on the Rocketbeans YouTube and Twitch. Live from Hamburg. I won't be there on Friday because, like, You can just vibe there. It's a closed event, but as a runner you have access. And there's like a little viewing area. But I will be there on Saturday, since I have to travel there on Friday first. I'm quite far away from Hamburg, so I will be visiting a friend in Wolfsburg and go from there with him with a car, just to be more flexible. I mean, in preparation for the event I was already playing more. And in a way I'm more motivated than ever to actually break the record. This is the grab that I always want to go for, since it's a lot more consistent. Okay, that shakeout there was a bit of a weird one, but I'll take it anyway. But yeah, everyone watching on YouTube, I also appreciate that. I feel like all of the time, the more I stream, the more people are watching from YouTube, like, which is kinda cool. I really like the whole dual streaming setup, the way it is right now. And I get it, because like, whenever I have the choice to choose where to watch a streamer, I usually choose YouTube. It's so much more accessible on so many more devices, and it feels smoother than Twitch. To me personally, anyway. Oh, Twitch has been my main thing for so long. But yeah, if this run gets a decent guys, I think I'll just try and finish it no matter what. If I don't, I won't get a chance to like actually finish a run today. Yeah, I feel like YouTube is a lot more efficient, and I mean, honestly, I watch a lot of people who started to dual stream YouTube and Twitch a lot more on YouTube. It makes sense why. And like for me personally, since like I noticed a lot of people discover me through my YouTube videos, I actually get decent viewership there. And it's a completely different one from the one from Twitch, which is kinda cool. Not that I care about viewership anyway, I do this mostly for fun anyway. But might as well like make it more discoverable while I'm at it. Not like I will be doing this professionally like ever. But the way I see it is, if I'm doing it anyway, might as well make it a nice experience, I guess. That was a good quad for once. It never is a good quad until it is, huh? I mean, it's already surprising enough that spamming the X button is faster than holding it. I get so many people that watch my stream, and they're like casual players, and they tell me about, hey, you know, you can just hold the X button to run with aggro, and I'm like, yeah, but pressing X over and over again is faster, since you keep the horse at a tad bit of a higher speed, since it accelerates that slight bit every time, which is such a silly concept, but gotta get the time wherever, right? Just like with the whole movement technique on Wonder. And I wonder if there's like more of these things, like for example the L2 camera. I don't know, it probably doesn't do anything, but I wonder if that would have more uses. Sometimes I think about like the quick start in the temple, since you can barely make that corner if you angle it right, but honestly I'm not sure if it's faster, because you also get like a bigger runaround, and it feels smoother to slowly walk and then quick start at the right moment. But these are the things I have to start thinking about to save a couple seconds here and there, because they sum up a lot. Ever since like I started getting more aware about like my pathing in between the Colossi, I've just been like gaining so much time out of nowhere. It is a big factor. And I think many like more casual runners of this game, if they just cleaned up their like aggro running sections, they would probably save minutes in many cases. It's quite insane, because it happened to me even though I was already like, what, top 5 at the moment, when I started to take further notice of that. Or when PDO just told me, hey, you know, you are losing 10 seconds on the Bass Run section. And if you lose 10 seconds on the Bass Run section, you actually lose 20 seconds. Wow, okay, what the hell. I didn't take notice there. Okay, I don't have enough arrows into a belly, because I was too slow there. But as long as I get the quick section on the belly and head, I can still save time anyway, so this is fine in theory. I'll just have to drop back down to a belly. Wow. And now that I messed it up, I get this perfectly. To be fair, I've been getting this more often, more well, which is amazing. Oh, wow. Come on. How? How? How are you like this? Legitimately, guys, what the fuck? Nah, I'm actually resetting this. I think, no, I'm resetting this. I know consistency practice, but this was bullshit. I'm not accepting this. Yeah, especially in the older versions, where it also had like an impact on the like frame rate and all that. And specifically on Gaius with the new strategy, if you can't control your camera very well, and I think I've been better at optimizing this, you just get fucked so badly. Like, it's pretty bad the way it messes you up. Yeah, that meme step was bullshit, wasn't it? Like, the way I treat it is, in a, like, marathon setting, it's whatever, it would have been fine, but, man, I might as well try to get, like, a decent Gaius before I go forward with a no reset, just to have a chance at record, you know? Oh, man, these hurt so much. It's fine, though. Like, at some point I really should do a German commentary stream just to practice that side of things. It's kind of weird. Obviously, like, Russian and German are both my mother tongues. And I definitely have the most proficiency in German. But when it comes to speedrunning, all the, like, terms that we use, I've only ever properly used in English. I noticed that a lot when I tried to commentate the game in other languages. In German I'm still fine, but sometimes I have to think. And in Russian it was a complete catastrophe. How did I only do 0.9 seconds there? That's amazing. And it's funny because with Russian I was uncertain, like completely hopeless. So I asked another like Russian commentator streamer, the guy that commentated my GDQ run in the Russian restream. We did like a Russian test stream. And most of the times I didn't know the term. He's like, oh, just say it in English, it's fine. That's the way I have to treat it, honestly. Because a lot of the lingo is just directly taken, you know? Well, you'd think so, but what tends to happen if you use L2, for example, near the, like, near Guy's belly, is that the camera actually starts, like, doing a weird thing on purpose. You can also save a bad camera with L2, but most of the time it just isn't worth it. Most of the time it doesn't matter. Oh, actually I noticed that, like, on those, like, temple turns, the L2 makes a difference for some reason. Camera management is just very important. Yeah, JK. For example, like, jump stab. It's a jump stab, man. Sprungattacke. Sprungangriff. Sprungschlag. Like, what the fuck is that? That's all bullshit. This is, like, nonsense. How would I even call that, man? Like, unironically. This is like what bothers me. And, like, after talking to the organizers, it seems like I'll just be using their PS5 and their game. Their game will be in German. Like, I don't think it makes any difference whatsoever. It's just funny, though. And there was a reason, like, during the plat runs, I always considered changing the game's language as a meme. But then I would be scared if the achievement pop-ups are still, like, English or not. And if they're, like, in Russian or something, I might miss one just because, what the hell am I reading, man? How am I not losing more time here? Jump big knife. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, honestly, once I get bored of the runs, we'll change the game to German and see if I, like, can... how would I call it? How do you even say stab? What would be stab in German? I'd literally say wir stabben den jetzt. Man. Stechen? Stiche? Yeah, it's weird. It's fucking weird. Because stechen is also like an alternative way of saying like having sex. And that makes it like weird, I don't know. Even though I'm using it in the right context, you know? Why is German so weird, man? It says a lot about German language, doesn't it? Oh man. Stab is just like, it's a stab, man. The good old English stab in a London alley in the dark nights, you know? This is what Shadow of the Colossus is all about. I don't know. I guess it would be stechen. Or like... Like, even when we play Counter-Strike, you just call it to knife someone, you know? Or Bessan. But that would be a knife, that wouldn't be a sword. Schwertangriff. Angriff mit dem Schwert. Forgot to put away the weapon. Another good point. What is a sigil? You just call it a sigil, man. I literally just call it the sigils, man. I just got to look up in the German, like, freaking Timiko wiki. Man, what the fuck? I got dropped there. Wait, it's a fan-made term, really? I remember when I was translating sigil to Russian, it was sigil, and when I, like, said that to the Russian commentator, he's like, I've never heard that term before. It's like ancient Russian or something. Yeah, so like sigil in German. Siegel. Ah, Siegel. Yeah, no, that's stupid. Schwachpunkte makes more sense, like weak points. Yeah, Schwachpunkt, Schwachstellen. Stab. Stechen, ja. Erdolchen. Durchstechen, niederstechen, der Stoß. Yeah. I'll just call it angreifen with the Schwert, you know? Oh god. You know, maybe I gotta get into like the whole like... Where is it? Das ist jetzt ein deutscher Stream. Besiegte Kolosse, Schrein der Anbetung. Bildschirmhelligkeit. Why is it still called performance modus? Ah, well, I guess performance is also kind of a German term, right? Galerie, Konzepte, Konzeptbilder, Figuren. Is there a German, like, freaking wiki for all of this? Okay, let me actually switch that back. I'm confused. Okay. Shadow of the Colossus Deutsches Wiki. Videospiele Wiki fandom. Yeah, that's them in general, right? Wonder, Mono, Agro, Wonders, Pferd. Okay, they call it Schwachstellen, like weak points. Ja. Die Schwachstellen angreifen mit dem Schwert. Okay. Ja. Schnellstart. Now, you know. Like jump starting a car or something. That's what it sounds like. Let's go back to running. I can do that better. I'll figure out the rest as I go. Well, that you just call fell. You know, that you just call fell. And I guess the weak points or sigils I'll call Schwachstellen. Angreifen mit dem Schwert. The stabs you can say Stöße or Angriffe, attacks. Der Schnellstart mit dem Pferd. Okay, it's already 8 p.m. I'm making this a no reset run. Legitimately, this is a no reset run now. I don't have the time to reset too much more if I still want to finish the game at least once. You know what? I'll just world record off of this one. Then it's also conveniently a no reset run at the same time. I think that's the way to go. Okay, that was a decent Valis. Yeah, just to have like an idea, because I legitimately don't understand how that would even work. Because you don't have control during that cutscene. That's what makes it the most strange to me. Like aggro automatically slows down when you get into that cutscene, so I guess it would have to be very specific in the way you approach it. Definitely a strange one. I mean, if it's slightly faster RTA, that's what would be important to the original game, since the IGT there is kinda useless. I stopped getting like the jump up there, and I'm not sure why. It just stopped working. Oh, so is this a plant? No, it's not. Well, that's alright. Well, time to go no reset on this. How was the squad so bad? I mean, it was kinda not great, but didn't expect to quite lose 4 seconds there. Oh well, I guess it's because of a plant as well, yeah. Yeah, this is the last moment I get, the last chance for a good guys. If this one isn't a good guys, I'll be finishing the run anyway, so... What I've noticed though is, like, whenever I went for full runs, I managed to get quite a few of them with a decent, like, decently far good, like, pace. Like, this whole Gaius to Avion section, I mean, honestly, Gaius to Hydra's section is just so awkward. It doesn't really bother me too much for any percent, like, record attempts, even though it's kinda bad that you just reset through it, right? But in a marathon run, failing these is just so awkward. Yeah, actually, like, I wonder if some of you guys would be down to race on Thursday. I think I'll write it in the, like, server later. But I think Thursday would be good for me to, like, do a race or so. Just to force myself to do no resets. This whole jump away thing is just such an awkward part of the whole thing. I hate it so much. It's not bad, but just if it goes wrong, you look like a fool. My god, what's wrong with the camera, man? Okay, how would I even back this up? My god. Oh my god. Wow, are you kidding me? Yeah, man, I can't, like, yeah, the camera just didn't want to cooperate with me. That sucks so much. Here goes the no reset run. I should have continued, but my brain just turned off and made me reset again. What a pity. Don't know how that happened. That was something. Because the camera usually like makes it all annoying like during the whole belly stab section, but that it like just doesn't work after you let go is like crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly, Judge. That's what it was like. I tried my best to come up with a way to get back up. Yeah, exactly. The no reset just left my body. I mean, it's pretty clear how I would back this up. It's just get back down and back up. But that's something that I don't want to happen. Like, if I get this kind of camera set up during the marathon, I will just have to abandon the whole idea of jumping to the arm. And I gotta be very, very aware of that. Like, if I start trying to jump there, it's just, like, not worth it. Because during attempts like that, I'm like, yeah, of course I'm trying to jump there, because if it doesn't work, I just reset. But then I realized, oh wait, I actually wanted to do a no reset on this one. Which is stupid. But like, Gaius doesn't feel as bad on like no reset runs anymore. Usually the launch was like a big thing, which isn't too hard, but it's a bit of a pressure moment. But now that the launch is gone, there's enough ways to back it up if it doesn't go perfectly well. It's just a bit more boring, to be fair. Like, I even considered before to like still do the launch for marathon runs until I realized that I can't really do it as well anymore since I never really do it. My consistency went down by so much just because I'm not practicing it. Like, I can still do it, but I need like to practice for like 15-20 minutes before I can do it again. And then it's still not at the like consistency it used to be at, where it was basically 100%. Which is kind of sad. And it always feels like whenever I say, oh, this is harder than the launch, people don't quite believe. But it really is like that. Because when you get the launch, you just do the launch and the rest is easy. But the new Gaius, with the belly stabs and the transition and all of that is so much more precise. With the launch, if you jump a little early, you can just jump a little later on the next and it still works. What is launch in German? Fucking hell, man. I'll just call it launch. I don't even know. What would you call launch? I guess my best bet is to just call it launch and then describe what I'm about to do. Which is a nice in between. He just got the plant. Fuck you. Why would you get the plant there, man? Fuck you, Wander. Why are you like this? Nobody likes that when you do that. Ugh. What a slow start. This is ridiculous. But if I want to finish a run today, I'll have to go with this. This is like -8 or something. Ich katapultiere mich nach oben. Yeah, you could call it that. Ich lasse mich vom Colossus nach oben werfen. Yeah. I don't know. These just feel... I don't know. You know what the thing about it is? Like, in German, gaming terms are just so Englishized. Like, a lot of it is so much English that when you try to come up with German equivalents, it feels like you're being pretentious. Is that a weird concept? I don't know. You sound like some guy who does literary analysis for a job, you know, like some freaking professor. It's probably similar in other languages, right? yeah, exactly. I just want to call it a launch and the stab, man. The jump stab. Der Sprungangriff auf die Schwachstelle des Kolosses. That's like straight up, like, I don't know. Welcome to a book club. Today we're interpreting, like, freaking poems or some bullshit. Hey there, I'm not sure about a PB today, because I have to force myself to play through this game at least once today, and the run already started out very poorly. Yeah. Yeah. You got to be hyper aware. Also, another thing. It's super stupid. It's super stupid. But like, do I just get a note where I write down the Colossi in like the game order? And get like a pen where I mark them down because I don't have the splits up? Just so I avoid doing a big stupid. Because yeah, I think I will do that. No matter how stupid it is. I don't want to mess up the order. There's some sort of safety that you have through the splits. And like when you get commentary from other people, they can usually save you from the awkward moment where you run to a wrong Colossus. But when you're doing solo commentary, you're in your own headspace, and if you talk too much, you might do something stupid. I mean, there will be people with me, but they're like not experts in the game. They're just like the moderators of the whole channel. They'll probably be asking questions and stuff. Okay, I just got a plant. What a shitty start. My god, I have such a big urge to reset this garbage ass run, but oh well. Let's keep going, shall we? Just to practice this as well, I guess. Oh, there's a chance I might fall down here if it plants at the wrong spot. Okay, that's fine. Ritter. I'm not calling him Ritter. I'm calling him Gaius. Honestly, the German names for Colossi would be like the fan names, but I read it as I would in German. So Valus, Quadratus, Gaius, Phaedra, Avion. No, would I still say... No, it's Avion. Avion? Would I even say Avion? I would probably say Avion, because Avion sounds dumb. Baba. I would still call it Hydros, not calling him Hydros. Kuromori, Basaran. Dirge. Celosia. Pelagia. Phalanx. Phalanx was on the edge, but I think calling it Phalanx. Here I would have run to Avion, by the way, if I didn't have the splits. Phalanx is fine. Zenobia, Argus, Malus. Yeah. Yeah. Instead of Avion, Avion. I can talk about how they have fan names as well. Also, can we talk about that I had like a -10 start and now, even though I failed it, it's still like a ±0? How does that work? How did I save 10 seconds when that god-awful guy is there? I mean, I guess it wasn't too bad. I still got like a fairly quick backup, but that annoys me. The fact that I can save time like that. That's just dumb. Like, legitimately, with this kind of start, I could still record, but I would feel awful about it. Minotaurus, this mammoth. I'm not calling Quad the mammoth. That's just stupid. This is something I definitely should practice a lot. Okay. No. Actually, I should have practiced that. Fuck, I should have practiced the backup there. Ah, my god, I'm so not in the mindset to do a no reset run today. I'm so not in there. Man. Thank you so much, I will take a look at it later. What do I even do now? I was calling no reset, but I cringed so hard I reset twice. Or 3 times at this point. Today is not the day I finish a run, I feel like. Unless I get a good start or something. Well, now it's becoming more and more awkward. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Haha. It's kind of weird to do no reset runs when you did like resets before, because then the urge is too high to just reset. But there, that was a mistake. I should have practiced a backup for Phaedra. I'm usually fine with a backup, but Phaedra is one of the awkward ones. And like, whenever I get a setup like that, I know that I should just go for the launch. But technically the better thing for the like for the marathon would be, whenever I get a setup like that, to just cancel the launch. Just because it becomes so much more risky. But I feel like not doing the launch when you get a chance to do it is kind of stupid. Because it's so cool when it works. And when it doesn't, you can just talk about how difficult that is. The really difficult tricks I hype up as so difficult that when I make them work, it's a miracle and people cheer, kind of deal, you know? Then you can't fail. Like, even the tricks like that I am good at, like, oh, you know, Bassaran, it's one of the toughest tricks, man. Or Malice, you know. I've gotten a lot better at it, but I used to fail it all the time, you know. Yeah, no, I think I'll call them by the fan names. It's also kind of fun to, like, introduce them as such. Say, like, yeah, they don't really have names, but yeah. Yeah, that Valis was way better than the last one. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. This will be the run to end all runs. I'll just get the most perfect run ever, get like a 54 IGT and retire from this game forever. That's the goal, right? And then PDO comes back, oh by the way, I found a new setup on 5 Colossi which save 15 seconds each. And, you know, and it's like some bullshit where during a cutscene aggro runs like overweight to Phaedra or some bullshit. This is what I imagine, you know? There's already a setup, by the way, where you can run into a Phaedra cutscene and save a ton of time, but it's kind of awkward to go for. I mean, also true, JK. Also true. I wonder, actually, like, if you stop right before the cutscene trigger on Phaedra, readjust and do a quick start. That would be a lot faster, wouldn't it? And it would be like a safe thing to do, right? Just something to think about. Right? Why don't we do that? Like, surely that's doable. I gotta try that out at some point. Because even if you stop there for a moment, usually you stop in between the quick starts anyway. That could save so much time, IGT-wise. Speaking purely IGT-wise there. Okay. Whenever I get that kind of jump, I accept it. It's not quick, but it's good enough. It doesn't majorly blunder anything. Oh, this won't hit. How did this hit? This was bullshit. That shouldn't have hit. You know, sometimes I say, okay, game, that was bullshit. That should have worked. But sometimes I say, okay, game, that's bullshit, that should have never hit. You know? I'm fair in that regard. That was some bullshit hitbox. It never works that way, usually. I was ready for that meme stab. I mean, it's still a slow-ass quad, just because it didn't get a cycle stab. Okay, time to get minus 17 on the Gaius, hold the Phaedra, save a second or two on Avion, save 15 seconds on Barba, save 5 seconds on Hydrus, and then just get another minus 40 on the late game, right? That's how it works. Every time, right? And never lose any time ever anywhere else. But hey, maybe this time I can actually get a good Gaius for once. I mean, to be fair, I got a good Gaius earlier, but that was ruined by some bullshit stab. That should have never failed. I've been getting very bad at getting the plant on Gaius. I would prefer that during runs like that. All the Gaius prayers, man. This time no reset for sure, for sure. I swear this will be a full game run. I will never reset this one. Never. Actually, if I start messing up, please remind me to not reset. In the heat of the moment, I might just throw my controller and turn off the stream or something. If I turn off the stream and finish the game off stream, does that count as a no reset? Or have I reset the stream at that point? But I mean, that's me right now doing this like freaking stream to like 6 viewers over 2 platforms. Meanwhile, those will be thousands, tens of thousands maybe. I don't know what to expect there. I know in the pen and paper formats they get like up to 20,000 even at times. It's fucking wild. I mean, whatever it is, it's still not GDQ, so I can chill, right? Right. Honestly, the most awkward thing that would happen during a run is getting hit by that sword, which is a lot easier to happen than one would imagine. Okay, now let me nail this. No, man. Man. That was bullshit, man. Thanks, I hate it. Did I just plant here? That's wild. I think that's still decently fast, actually. I just can't stab here. Otherwise it would have been even faster. Just stab, man. The ultimate reset. Just reset it forever and never start it again. Imagine getting tilted so hard you just turn off the game and never turn it on again until the day you die. That's honestly such a vibe, such a mood. Also, I hated that Gaius. It could have been so much faster if it didn't like re-grab so far up. But you know, I'm okay with continuing this run. I will now finish this run for sure. Even if the Phaedra goes wrong, okay? Even if the Phaedra goes wrong, I will just continue. I will treat this as a regular no reset run. I did like a actual marathon run last Friday. And yeah, I think I failed the launch there due to similar reasons as last time, and the like whole reset of it was still fairly smooth. Well, not reset, backup. And I think people are still like amazed by like the way you just climb Phaedra as if it's nothing. But they don't even miss like the launch fact. But not going for the launch, like I used to do that, like I would never go for the launch anyway during any percent runs. So the fact that the launch is now even becoming a standard, at least attempt during like the runs, marathon runs, is kind of cool. It also leads to a lot of fun during the races, like people just suffer. People are not used to back up a failed launch. I feel like I have like among the most experience in that regard, actually. Besides JK can just climb Phaedra without even using aggro, which is wild. If we ever found a way to do aggroless, would there be a way to do Phaedra skip without aggro whatsoever? Probably works, right? Bro! Bro! How does that not work? Okay, we can just do it like that. No, man. Sure. 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 We can also climb it through the leg. Why are you stopping like this? Okay, man. Sure. Giving me the side eye. Honestly, the worst part about backing up Phaedra is the side eye. It happens so much more often. Are you all proud of me for not resetting this one? This was a decent backup as well. I'm kind of proud of that one. It didn't feel too awkward. But now this run is kinda dead. It can never record, I feel like. Not realistically anyway. If I got like all golds from here it would record maybe. But at that point I'd be very sad. Nah, even then I probably wouldn't get it. I mean, I get what you mean, but it's also kind of funny, you know? Because you're like, oof, aggro is gone. Well, here we are, right? It's kind of like, you know, yeah, multiple times I even speedran the platinum. If you search usurpering on like YouTube, you can find the recording of my recent platinum world record. I did it in another person's like setup. It's like 6.5 hours. But yeah, like whenever aggro runs away after you fail a Phaedra launch, it's like that moment in the Emperor's New Groove when you see the entrance, like the first like introduction to the llama, and he's like in the jungle and it's raining and he's crying. It has a similar vibe, you know. How did we end up here? You know, it has kind of a comedic factor. Nothing is funny about falling off Avion. If you fall off Avion, you're just dumb, and it looks stupid. And like, they're like, ew, I thought he was a speedrunner of this game, but actually he doesn't even stay on Avion. How cringe, you know? Honestly, the worst thing to back up, even though it doesn't feel as bad as Avion, is Pelagia. Just because Pelagia can go wrong in so many freaking ways, and it's always awkward, and it's never fun. It's always cringe, man. But yeah, let's finish this run just for the sake of it. But yeah, when I did no reset run recently, it started out well, but the second half was so bad. I had like the worst Pelagia in freaking years. Must have been like a 7-minute Pelagia or some bullshit. And I still managed a 102. You know? It was still a 102, and the 102 doesn't seem bad on paper. But nowadays the standards are so much higher, but the 102 is kinda bad. Which is wild. Because a 102 is like still top 6, top 7, right? Or something. In the any percent leaderboard. Top 5 is not quite it. Maybe top 8 actually. I'm not quite sure. There's just not many people with like a sub 103 even. There should be more. With all the resources and new strats that you have nowadays, a 103 is like not easy, but reasonable to attain for anyone. Feels like a 103 is what a sub 110 used to be, you know? By the way, one of the biggest things I am scared of about this marathon is running on a new setup with a TV. Like a setup I'm not used to on a freaking TV. Running on a TV sounds painful. Man, just jump stab, please. Like, I run on a monitor, and that's specifically so I'm able to see all the precision stabs and all like the setups on barbell, like to see the ditch and the wall and stuff. Yeah, honestly, a good achievement here would be to just hold the line. To just, like, keep the plus 48 or whatever, maybe improve in the late game. Just so I can show consistency on the rest here. Did you all know that the real 17th Colossus is the friends we made along the way? It's not the camera, it's not the forest. Though those two are notable mentions. And it's kind of like poetic in that way, because like Wander didn't really make any friends along the way, he just killed all the harmless creatures. So aggro is the only real friend here. So in a way the 17th Colossus is aggro, I think. I think I put together all the pieces. We should make that a fan theory. Another thing that would be like a big win, which I kinda hope for, like whenever there's like a big marathon run, specifically during the GDQs, there's a lot of people coming into the Discord and trying to run the game. I really hope there's a big influx of people trying to run the game after I show it. I'm not sure, but like sometimes it's even enough for 2 or 3 people to join running to gain some more activity in the whole Discord. Because, like, it's been the same for so long, besides, like, the PDO, JK and I, and a few here and there that, like, do it very, like, inconsistently. There's not much activity in the whole Discord, and I'm a bit sad about that. And there's like, in a way, it's more fun to run the game than ever, to me personally, anyway. There's like so many things that were made less awkward by just like improving route. Fuck you. Fuck you. This was such a good barber, holy shit. Why don't I get these kind of barbers when I'm on pace, man? This was an amazing barber. I don't think I can do it any better. Is that gold? It sure is, holy shit, that's 15 seconds. That's 15 seconds, man. Holy. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, right? Minus 20 on Gaius, minus 15 on Barba, 5 on Hydrus. Yeah, that's the big ol' minus 40. Yeah, because you put more pressure on yourself, yeah? And whenever you put pressure on yourself, you start overthinking things. And specifically, Barba is very bad when you overthink things. Because getting a good Barba is very simple, in a way, but sometimes you just get messed up by overshakes. Yeah, exactly. The good beard landing would have even been better. Pray for the Gods is such a game, man. That scene completely died, which is in a way understandable because the game feels very janky to play. But at some point I kind of want to go back to it and try to optimize it to like try for world record. The awkward part is like it feels like to like keep up with tactics movement I'd have to use mouse and keyboard, which I don't wanna. But maybe like a combined thing. Mouse and keyboard for the in-betweens and switch to controller for the Colossi. Or gods or whatever they're called in that game. It's just whenever like I think of playing Pray for the Gods, I remember Thrall and I wanna die a little. Yeah, they even added like a bunch of practice modes, right? And cool things for speedrunners. Didn't they? Or was it just like the like time trials? I don't remember. Like, I wonder. But yeah, Usurpering was also talking about being kinda tempted by Prey. But she also wants very badly to get better at Shadow. There's just been a lot of things happening that unfortunately like slowed that whole thing down by a lot, which is unfortunate. Sometimes things just happen. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I failed Hydrus during like the marathon run, I'd be freaking terrified. Failing Hydrus is like the worst. It's not bad at all on hard, but it's terrifying on normal and easy, because you just can't like freaking commit Sudoku. Thank God I'm fucking flawless at this, of course. The way I know my luck, I will probably fail it miserably during the freaking attempt. That's always how it works out, huh? I might be saving time again here. This was very good. I mean, honestly, that's the coolest thing about Shadow of the Colossus. Like, I don't have to hold back. I'm doing the same strats as I usually would. Because failing any kind of strat, the backup is like always awkward no matter what you go for. I'm not doing any safety strats, so in theory I could get a world record in a marathon run. I've come close before. There were moments where didn't I even PB during like races and stuff? It's not unheard of. The only awkward part would be like, hey yo, so this run went so freaking well that we have to watch 10 minutes of a cutscene to figure out if it's world record. But in a way, like, they give me a time slot of 1:35. Yeah, exactly. So what happens usually is sometimes you get lucky and you're able to grab, and then you can just die by the horns. And like on hard it's never a problem just because the horns deal so much damage. But on normal usually you survive with a little bit of health. And the best way to go about it there is to climb up the tower and fall off of it to die. Which is super stupid. Which is the stupidest backup ever. But the good thing is, like, once you do that backup, the following strategy is like very easy. Because then you just start wherever you would in like the actual run. Rocks are scary, man. That was kind of an interesting way to go about it, actually. The way that lined up, it wasn't even too bad. I'm trying again to go for this. And it's been almost working a decent bit. Okay, I have to go and rush to a toilet after this split. So let's see if I'm a real speedrunner. God damn it, why does the PS5 load so fast? Who's next? Basran? Yeah, exactly. I didn't skip the freaking hand wash, that would be disgusting, I swear to God. Well, it feels bad. Well, I'm not going for record in this run anyway, but I have to say, like, I got a decent chunk of time back in Barber and Hydrus. The Barber and Hydrus were very good. I'm proud of that. I did wash my hands, like, dude, never do hand wash skip. Never do hand wash skip, you're touching your controller afterwards. I mean, if you're going for any percent, you're probably doing it. But it's like in the same category as ace categories. Like, you should never do it unless you go all out. It actually costs time in the late game. Yeah, man. That's a thing. The cutscenes you get a couple seconds longer for all the people disgusted with you. Yeah. Hey Bassaran, what up, dude? It's time to do this thing we do. Yeah, man. Never getting the plant here. But I think I can do this the safe way by just holding on. This should be a plant almost every time. Dude, jump step please. Thanks. So here I'm losing a lot of time. But that's because my Bassran PB is very good, and also because of the other thing, the break. So that's alright. Did I really... Okay, whatever. It's fine. Let me just get comfy here. That Bassran was good, alright? I'm happy with this Bassran. I mean, honestly, with all the bullshit in the early game, +1 and Bass Run isn't too bad at all. Like, it's just, it reminds me every time on how bad my PB actually is. Because I think if I gold splitted everything here, I would still PB. It's just that I wouldn't want a PB like that. That would be sad. It's also crazy that +1 to PB splits nowadays gives me a 58. Yeah, this whole section with aggro is so awkward. Sometimes you get just like this area that slows down immensely. And this is something I should look into it further. Just because this one legitimately costs a decent bit of time if it happens. There's even worse sections for that. Like on Hydra, staying further to the right usually avoids like all the slowdowns. And you have to be kind of further to the right anyway to line up. Not really. I know there's even one through like the forest and stuff. But it sounds ridiculous in a way where I don't think it would actually be faster. A bit more interesting might be Zenobia through Gaius, but I don't think it would ever be faster because you have to do quick starts and quick stops. Madarashi used to do that, and when I compared it, just going through Basran was quicker. But who knows, like, PDO kept finding small little improvements on the route all the time. The in-between sections are really, really important to optimize well. And the other biggest potential for time save is just finding new setups that are only possible 90%, like we did for Phalanx. The new Phalanx is so much better than it used to be. For example, on Dirge also we start on the left now, and it's improved consistency a little bit. Man, how dare you? Pelagia Bridge is always slower, I think PDO tested that. Even going to Pelagia through Pelagia Bridge is just a slight bit faster than going the other way around. It's kinda stupid. Yeah, maybe if you optimized them, you could find a time save here and there, which would be kinda hype. See guys, I'm doing it. I'm not resetting this run. Are you all proud? And it's not going too badly. Like, for no reset. Legitimately, like, the worst that happened was Phaedra. Everything else was pretty solid. Well, and Gaius wasn't great, but it wasn't, like, too awful either. I should probably, like, at some point, try a bunch of new setups for all the Colossi. Pelagia, for example, we swim to the right side of it, which is a great way to ensure the IL setup. But Sean always went directly to the island, still got the same setup, which is faster because you swim less. Things like that. You wouldn't think about it because it's just a couple seconds, but nowadays it's like, whoa, it's a couple seconds, right? Kuromori was one where I was able to find a huge time save simply by optimizing like the whole sections with the aggro quick starts. I mean, it was mostly just PDO bullying me until I tried it to practice it a bit, and it was a little better. But there's quite a few of these that I still have to try out. Yeah, it's very awkward in the OG, because in the OG you just can't take aggro there. But yeah, like I said, one thing that I will definitely try out is stopping and then quick starting into the cutscene on Phaedra. Like the first one, I mean, when you enter the whole valley. Another one would be potentially trying some bullshit on what was it? Dirge and Pelagia. I think Dirge could find something wild if you just avoid the cutscene and go from a wildly different angle or something. That would even work, right? It's funny how, like, Phalanx worked out. Yeah, I mean, this jump would save even more time if I consistently grabbed the ledge instead of, like, landing. But grabbing the ledge is a little more dangerous. Yo, 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 bro. Okay, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, fuck you. What the fuck is this, man? Let me grab it, thank you. You son of a bitch. No reset. Don't you dare. Yeah. Thank you. But also, like, I had to, like, show Colossus some manners. At first it would have been very fast, but, like, damn, man. That was rough. The only thing that could still make me reset is the most bullshit Pelagia ever. Or some Malice soft lock. Yeah, this Colossus was quite something. I almost got VIL. I almost got VIL set up where you just keep running on the left and Colossus just jumps with you. I've only gotten that IL setup like once or twice to work, but it's very fast if you make it work. It's just a bit tough to actually jump off during the time you make it work. It's wild that people found that. At some point I should probably like try and grind it out on HT slows, yeah. Hawk. Wow, dude, thanks. The biggest time waster is aggro running into things. That's just always a classic. Yeah, I mean, the way I jumped on it, it was basically the IL setup. I just didn't commit to jumping off the ledge because I didn't believe it would actually work. I think it would have worked there if I just kept running there. Yeah, and it's especially funny that once I grab the ledge, Slowly it's like, oh yeah, right, I'm supposed to fall anyway. Which is kind of funny. But yeah, jumping onto Slowly a certain way makes it turn drastically and run towards the like cliff. And then if you manage to stay in front of it and get like a jump off during the cutscene, you get the fastest possible cutscene. It's even more silly because what you can do as well, which like I think Udawara managed to get a slower but at the time world record that way, is you can take the torch and just run directly to the edge and jump off, and usually Slowly will run after you and then fall, because it even counts if you're under the ledge but still close to Celosia. It doesn't really consider the height difference. It's very funny and honestly has potential as an IO strat, but from testing it was always slightly slower than the other ways of doing it. That's another thing, by the way. Jumping here and then not being careful can lose you 10 minutes or something. And it happened way more often than I would like to admit. But yeah, here I'm kind of thinking about like trying different methods. I wonder if there would be a way to set up so you can jump into Pelagia directly without doing any arrow shots. I think that could be possible if you just lined up in a correct way. I'd have to experiment. Could probably save like 7 seconds or something if done right. But it would probably be like a very awkward setup. Man. Saved. I did the second cycle's IL here. Basically, whenever Pelagia does a downwards movement, you can hit its front teeth and it still does this weird little turn. And I just did it on the second cycle, and Usu even found a third cycle for it, which is kinda crazy. Comfy as hell. Oh really? So basically what makes the double roll work, and why it only works on modern controls, is so you know how in the classic controls you use circle to do the bow no, what was it? Was it circle? No, it was square, sorry. You use square for the bow attack or the sword shine, right? Was it square? In one of those buttons, basically. And then you do like the roll with like R1 and triangle to hold them together. But on like modern controls, you just press circle. And the way it works is basically, once you do circle, in between, you press R2, which does like the sword shine or the bow animation. But only for a short moment, which resets the roll. It cancels the roll animation, allowing you to do a second roll. But you can't keep doing that, because at that point you have nothing to take out and shine or something. If you did it again just right after, it was just cancel the roll, but you do the animation instantly. So in between you have to switch to hand, so you get the animation in a different way again. It's super stupid, but it just works. So basically it's always circle, R2, circle, weapon switch to hand, and then circle, R2, circle. That's how it works. Right now I'm actually thinking why that wouldn't work on Classic. I know it's because the roll works differently, but like... I wanna try that after. Well, I know that like JK and Mauricio found a consistent setup for it. It's just very fucking precise. And even then it's not guaranteed, just because the shake about it is so stupid. I feel like it's easier on PS2, but on PS2 you just have to fight for your life to even control the game in a reasonable way. So yeah. Wow, fuck you, fuck you. Ah! Awkward, awkward. Now it wouldn't actually work, would it? Even if it worked, I would be too far away to abuse that fact, right? Wow. It still kind of works. I mean, not in a great way, but... yeah, man. But now it's awkward to grab. I mean, I can still do it. The good thing about this is, even if you fail it, it's not really slower than a classic setup would be. It's just awkward, yeah. Well, you can't rebind it in a way that actually makes it modern control, that's a thing. Like, you can't bind things to make roll one button. Bro, just jump stab. Thanks. Well, you can do either or. Yeah, that's right. It's two different buttons. I have to try. Because I don't actually remember why it wouldn't work. I mean, I will be switching to classic controls on this. Why won't it happen? Why not? Thank you for the raid. Oh, Solslito, cool. Sehr geil, hallo. Dieser Stream wurde jetzt eingedeutscht, glaube ich. Keine Chance, dass ich jetzt auf Englisch weiterreden kann, oder? Dankeschön. Auch wenn wir hier nur so ein No-Reset-Run machen, aber auch für die Übung, ne? Aber ja, für die, die es nicht wissen, ich bin auch am Samstag bei dem Speedrun Dale Event dabei. Also könnt ihr auch bei mir reinschauen, wenn ihr Shadow of the Colossus sehen wollt. War schon auch von mir sehr, sehr lange ein Ziel, in das Event reinzukommen. Also beziehungsweise generell bei den Rocketbeans. Und so ziemlich eins der wenigen Events, wo ich bisher noch nicht das Glück hatte, aber jetzt hat es endlich mal geklappt, ne? Ja schon, ich musste mich hier wirklich dazu zwingen. Ich habe hier, glaube ich, so 6 No-Reset-Runs angefangen, bevor dieser jetzt zustande gekommen ist, welcher okay ist. So wie es halt funktioniert, ne? Was ist Shadow of the Colossus? Das Spiel, was ich spiele. Man ist dieser Typ Wonder mit seinem Pferd Agro und im Endeffekt ist es ein großer Boss-Rush, wo man von Koloss zu Koloss geht und die Koloss-Fights selbst sind jetzt weniger wie Dark Souls, eher so Puzzle-Game-mäßig, sage ich mal. Aber die Art und Weise, wie wir die besiegen, ist halt im Endeffekt, dass wir keins der Puzzles wirklich machen. Also man könnte als Nicht-Eingeweihter einen Speedrun dieses Spiels sehen und man wüsste immer noch nicht, wie man dieses Spiel eigentlich normal, ich sag mal, durchspielen könnte. Das ist sehr, sehr cool daran. Und die Tatsache, dass die Skips auch natürlich aussehen, sag ich mal. Das ist jetzt nichts, wenn du jetzt schon fragst, glitchless. Größtenteils glitchless tatsächlich. Also es gibt ein, zwei Glitches, die ich benutzen werde, aber die sind nur so minimal. Und der Rest ist eigentlich nur Physik-Manipulation. Ja, verstehe ich natürlich. Danke für den Raid und viel Spaß noch, ne? Mit dem Zimmer. Man sieht sich am Wochenende. Ja, so beispielsweise bei dem nächsten Boss ist es so, dass ich ein richtig cooles Puzzle eigentlich überspringe mit einem der 2 Glitches, die ich benutzen werde, wo ich dann einen Sprung weiter extende, als er sein dürfte. Ich meine, letztendlich sind wir hier auch schon kurz vor Ende des Spiels, aber das ist jetzt persönlich einer meiner Lieblingskolosse in der Art und Weise, wie wir den machen. Weil ich da auch sehr viel beisteuern konnte, persönlich als Runner. Als ich damals frisch gejoint bin und der Trick gerade entdeckt wurde. Haben die anderen noch gesagt, der wird nie in wirklichen Runs benutzt werden, bis ich es forciert habe. Und seitdem hassen mich alle, dass dieser Glitch Bestandteil des Runs ist. Weil man da ein bisschen Button-Mashing betreiben muss. Naja, mal schauen, wie ich es hinbekomme. I mean, das ist ein bisschen so die Eigenart an der Spielereihe generell. Also Ueda, der Typ, der die Spiele gemacht hat, hat sehr, sehr viel, ich sag mal, ähm, äh, dafür gemacht, dass das Spiel auf seine Art und eigene Weise ein Kunstwerk ist. Das heißt, zwischen den Bossen, wo war ich jetzt? Hier bin kurz in dem Menü durcheinander gekommen, alles gut. Und jetzt wird das Spiel ein bisschen hässlich, weil ich auf 30 FPS spielen muss für den hier. Aber ja, es gibt Tiere und Sachen, mit denen man interagieren kann. Man kann Äpfel sammeln und Lizard Tails und sowas, aber keine wirklichen Gegner. Das soll ein bisschen so diese Einsamkeit und diese Melancholie darstellen der ganzen Sache. Man hat wirklich nur die Kolosse selbst und tatsächlich auch ein sehr, sehr cooles Spiel zum Durchspielen, einfach nur für die Art und Weise, wie es die Geschichte erzählt. Ne? Man hat jetzt auch bei den Kolossen, das sind jetzt keine typischen, sag ich mal, Souls-Bosse mit Health-Bars, die man mal eben niederprügelt. Das war der Glitch übrigens, wo wir uns einfach mal bis zum Ende des Puzzles einmal durchkämpfen. Aber die Bosse an sich sind mehr so Puzzles, das heißt, wenn man weiß, wie man das Ganze löst, ist das Ganze auch, ja, beim zweiten Mal kriegt man es wesentlich schneller hin, also die 8 Stunden Spielzeit, oder die man bräuchte, so als Casual-Spieler, werden vor allem dadurch verbraucht, dass man jetzt nicht wirklich Ahnung hat, wie man die Kolosse besiegt. Also bei dem hier ist es beispielsweise so, normalerweise hangelt man sich so entlang, und jetzt will er gerade nicht, von Pfeiler zu Pfeiler, die ich gerade übersprungen habe mit dem Glitch. Und dann ist die ganze Kunst hier, den hierher zu locken, damit das Ganze auf ihn kollabiert, dieses Plateau. Und dann werden erst seine Schwachstellen offenbart, die man dann angreifen kann. Und so auf die Art und Weise kommt man dann voran. Mit so kleinen Eigenheiten, die die Arena ausmachen, die Surroundings. Man muss kreativ werden. Was wirklich ein cooles Konzept ist. Oh, so yeah, indeed, first try super jump. I've been on a roll with those. I've really been hitting those a lot more consistently. But yeah, I've been rated by like one of the runners that will be part of the event, so I'm kind of switching a bit to German, which is probably not a bad idea since I will have to do that for the event anyway. Ja, aber der Witz ist tatsächlich für die Leute, die jetzt eher die Souls-Runs kennen, dass hin und wieder auch mal Souls-Runner dieses Spiel ausprobiert haben zum Speedrun, Distortion beispielsweise, den ja vielleicht einige kennen. Das sind ziemlich alle, ich sag mal, Souls-Born, Elden Ring, alle Games dieser Art gerannt hat. Und der persönlich fand es sehr schwer, weil die Techniken, die man da so anwenden kann, relativ spezifisch sind. Also klar ist es in einem Dark Souls wesentlich einfacher getroffen zu werden als jetzt in den Spielen, aber da muss ich jetzt mal kurz zurück switchen, damit ich die richtigen Controls wieder habe. Aber wenn man die dann vermasselt, dann verliert man wesentlich mehr Zeit als in den Dark Souls Teilen. Weil in der Regel dann, um ein Backup zu bekommen, man wiederum als Runner kreativ werden muss. Also hat so seine eigene Balance, was das angeht. Und viele der Tricks sind um einiges genauer und spezifischer. Kann man nicht so ganz miteinander vergleichen, sind natürlich ganz verschiedene Arten von Schwierigkeitsgrad, sage ich mal. Aber der Distortion beispielsweise hat auch mal den Rekord in diesem Spiel ganz, ganz früher. Und dann wieder so die Übergänge sieht zwischen den Szenen. Naja, wenn man es casually spielen würde, wüsste man ja zunächst mal nicht, wo die Bosse sind. Das heißt, da bekommt man dann dieses Schwert. Und wenn man dieses rausnimmt, zeigt es einen den Weg. Aber nur per, ich sag mal, je mehr man an den Koloss rangeht mit dem Ganzen, desto mehr gehen die Sachen hier so zusammen. Das heißt, ein großer Aspekt des Ganzen ist, sich mal in der Welt zurechtzufinden und die Kolosse überhaupt zu finden, wo die sind. Das allein macht schon einen großen Teil des Spiels aus, weil natürlich, ich sag mal, Luftlinie, da kommt man natürlich nicht direkt an. Dann gibt es noch einige Easter Eggs und Collectibles. Also man kann so Coins einsammeln in dem Spiel, man kann Früchte einsammeln und Lizards, sowie verschiedene Schreine, die dann die Save-Punkte darstellen, zumindest in den alten Spielen. Das heißt, das macht so ein bisschen den Vibe und den Flair des Ganzen aus. Und natürlich ist die Welt einfach, vor allem in der PS4-Version, einfach super schön. Aber letztendlich, wenn man das ganze Speedrun optimiert, man natürlich die Route mit dem Pferd, dass man da möglichst schnell durchgeht. Und im Endeffekt ist es dann ein Boss-zu-Boss-Boss-Rush. Die Tatsache ist bloß, es gibt natürlich auch eine Kategorie, die Boss-Rush heißt, in der man tatsächlich nur die Time Trials macht, weil es gibt einen Modus, nachdem man das Spiel durchgespielt hat, in dem man dann von der Boss zu Boss teleportieren kann. Aber den zu commentaten in einem Marathon-Run ist brutal, da muss man wirklich Rap-God sein. Weil jeder einzelne dieser Fights nimmt 1 Minute oder 2 Minuten ein maximal. Da ist man meistens fertig, bevor man überhaupt Zeit bekommen hat, den Boss zu erklären. Allein deswegen mag ich schon eher, die volle Version zu zeigen, weil man da auch so ein bisschen den Vibe des Spiels eher mitnimmt. Und außerdem gibt es ein paar Tricks, die nur im Any% funktionieren, die auch sehr kreativ gemacht sind. Das heißt, auch wenn ich immer wieder darauf angesprochen werde, warum zeigst du nicht einfach den Boss-Rush, wenn 90% des Spiels die Bosse sind, ist einfach angenehmer vom Pacing. Ja, genau, also die Story dahinter wird ja auch nur erzählt über Cutscenes und ein bisschen auf eine mysteriöse Art und Weise, aber letztendlich ist die Lore dahinter, dass deine Freundin stirbt als Hauptcharakter der Wanda und ein dunkler Gott sagt ihm dann, besiege die Kolosse, damit wir sie wiederbeleben können. Aber letztendlich, was dann passiert im Spiel ist, man wird selbst zum Bösewicht sozusagen, weil man die Kolosse tötet, obwohl die eigentlich nichts dafür können. Okay. Wenn das übrigens hier nicht funktioniert, dann ist der schnellste Weg zum Reset, indem man die Klippe runterspringt. Auch eine coole Mechanik im Any%, wie man kreativ ein Backup machen kann, was hier gerade nicht so ganz funktioniert hat. Weil die Strat bei dem Colossus wirklich crazy. Wenn ihr wisst, wie der funktioniert im Casual-Sinne, dann werdet ihr jetzt erstmal überrascht sein, wie schnell das im Speedrun geht. Also konzentriere ich mich hier einmal für eine Sekunde oder so. Okay, das war Part 1 des Ganzen. Jetzt springen wir hier rüber und machen Part 2. Wie ihr euch denken könnt, ist das hier nicht vorgesehen. Und viele dieser Skips funktionieren so, weil das war jetzt kein Glitch, sondern ich habe einfach auf eine sehr, sehr präzise Weise das Movement vom Colossus genutzt, um einen Launch zu bekommen. Wirklich, wirklich kreativ, wie man hier an den Speedrun herangeht. Aber ja, letztendlich tötet man dann alle Kolosse, die eigentlich den bösen Gott so im Zaume gehalten haben. Man absorbiert das Ganze und wird selbst zu dem bösen Gott, zum letzten Koloss sozusagen. Wird dann versiegelt und auch wenn letztendlich die Freundin wiederbelebt wird, wird man selbst verbannt. Also ist eine krasse Story, was das angeht. Und sorry, wenn das jetzt jemand noch nicht gespielt hat und ich gerade das ganze Ding gespoilt habe, aber gut, wenn ihr einen Speedrun anschaut, dann ist Spoiler irgendwie mit den Begriffen. Ne? Aber ich empfehle es wirklich jedem, also es ist wirklich ein sehr schönes Spiel, hat sehr viel Atmosphäre Und auch der Speedrun ist wirklich sehr cool auf die Art und Weise, wie er aufgesetzt ist. Jetzt gerade bin ich schon auf dem Weg zum letzten. I think that happened, yeah. That was kind of crazy. I doubt it, but this is a decent run for a no reset. Ja, I mean. Die Sache bei diesem Spiel ist auch, wenn ihr mir jetzt einen Speedrun anschaut, habt ihr noch lange nicht die Rätsel gespoilt bekommen. Also bei dem letzten Colossus ist das Rätsel auch ein relativ cooles. Und das überspringe ich einfach komplett mit einem gut getimten Sprung und ja, Animationsding. Aber wenn es noch einer spielen will, auf eine casual Art und Weise, dann würde ich tatsächlich empfehlen, jetzt vor den letzten paar Cutscenes rauszugehen, weil ein bisschen an Spoiler doch da ist. Aber letztendlich habe ich jetzt die ersten 15 Kolosse getötet und wir kommen jetzt zum großen Finale, wo ich dann die Tür öffne hier, die uns dann zum letzten Koloss geleitet, so zum letzten Showdown. Und wenn man jetzt denken würde, okay, wenn man nur durch die Tür muss, dort hinten, wieso findet man nicht einen Weg, da durchzuglitschen? Wir haben schon einen Weg gefunden, durchzuglitschen. Aber das Spiel ist wirklich auf eine Art und Weise konzipiert, dass es schwer zu brechen ist. Weil, wenn wir dort durchglitschen und bis zum Ende rennen, was theoretisch möglich ist, ist der letzte Koloss einfach nicht da, der ist im Urlaub. Das heißt, der spawnt tatsächlich nicht, bis man den Trigger gefunden hat, indem man alle anderen Kolosse besiegt. Im New Game Plus Mode haben wir tatsächlich einen Weg gefunden, die Hälfte der Kolosse zu skippen, aber nur im New Game Plus. In den Percent muss man immer noch alle besiegen, um weiterzukommen. Aber ja, weil der Trigger dort ist, gibt es eigentlich keinen Weg. Selbst wenn man durch die Tür kommt, wie bei einem Barrier Skip in Zelda oder so, hat man trotzdem nichts davon. Was sehr, sehr witzig ist, wenn man das mal angesehen hat. Das Wetter und so weiter und die ganze Atmosphäre ist da, bloß der Koloss nicht. Der ist einfach noch nicht da, der kommt erst später. Macht das Ganze noch witziger, wenn man dann merkt, dass der Koloss eigentlich an den Boden gebunden ist. Also die Art und Weise, wie er verreist und dann dazu kommt, muss man sich auch erstmal vorstellen. Aber ja, es ist wie es ist. Ne? So. Dann kommt man letztendlich hierher und verabschiedet sich gleich vom Pferd. Trigger Warning oder so. Die Ueda-Spiele haben wirklich viel, was kollabierende Brücken und sterbende Companions angeht. Aber das Pferd stirbt nicht, okay? Das Pferd kommt wieder in der letzten Cutscene, also unironisch. Alles ist gut hier. Das Pferd überlebt. Als Speedrunner ist man hier immer ein bisschen froh, weil das Pferd einen so viel Zeit kosten kann, wenn es gegen irgendwelche Gräser oder Büsche oder Steine entgegenrennt und erstmal stoppt. Das Pferd wird tatsächlich nicht so kontrolliert wie in Red Dead Redemption, wie in Auto, sondern man kontrolliert immer noch Wander, der das Pferd dazu geleitet, nach vorne zu rennen. Aber wenn man jetzt zum Beispiel gegen eine Klippe rennt, weicht das Pferd schon aus oder bleibt stehen. Das ist so ein bisschen ungewohnt, aber man kontrolliert tatsächlich nicht das Pferd selbst. Was auch dazu führen kann, dass man manchmal ein bisschen die Kontrolle verliert. Was auch ein Teil des Speedruns ist. Pferdmanagement. So, und beim letzten Boss habe ich tatsächlich die Angewohnheit, immer wieder neue Wege zu finden, dass das ganze Spiel kollabiert. Hatte schon Weltrekord-Runs, die dann tatsächlich an dem letzten Punkt gescheitert sind, weil ich wieder irgendwelche neuen Softlocks gefunden habe. In der Community wird das Ganze halt als der Tic-Tac bezeichnet oder man wird geticktackt, wenn man irgendwas auf Malus vermasselt. Aber ja, normalerweise müsste man sich hier durch verschiedenste Tunnels bewegen, um nicht getroffen zu werden, aber es gibt eine Art und Weise, sich ganz genau so zu bewegen, dass alle Schüsse gerade noch so vorbeigehen. Normalerweise, wenn die treffen, wird man erstmal gestaggert und stirbt meistens auch, aber das war jetzt so der Weg, wie man das Ganze vermeiden kann. So, und dann muss man den letzten Koloss emporklettern. Und auch da gibt es verschiedenste Wege, wie man ein bisschen Zeit einsparen kann. Auch wieder so ein Physikspielchen. Weil normalerweise muss man so auf den einen Arm, dann auf den anderen Arm. Dann müsste man den Arm angreifen, von dort aus seinen Schwachpunkt angreifen und dann so ein ewiges Hin und Her, was das Ganze eigentlich nur schwieriger macht. Weil wenn man von hier aus nach oben aimt, dann erwischt man gerade noch so den Schwachpunkt mit dem Bogen. Und wenn man das macht und dann die Animation dazu nutzt, um von hier aus nach hinten zu springen, kommt man gerade noch so auf dem Arm, wo man dann statt an den anderen Arm weiterzugehen, von hier aus mit ein bisschen Schwung direkt ganz nach oben springen kann. Was so ziemlich das gesamte Puzzle skippt wiederum. Ja, und das war's auch schon. Das war jetzt der letzte Koloss, den muss ich jetzt noch kaputt machen. Ah ja, was noch dazu kommt bei den ganzen Kolossen. Wenn man das ganze Casual spielt, weiß man ja nicht, wo die Schwachstellen sind. Auch die muss man erstmal finden, was ein Teil des Prozesses bei dem Puzzle-Solving ist. Wenn man natürlich weiß, wo die sind, geht man natürlich schnurstracks gerade auf die zu. Aber im Casual Playthrough kann man auch da das Schwert nutzen, um herauszufinden, wo die verschiedenen Schwachstellen sind, indem man die so abscannt. Und bei manchen Kolossen ist es dann so unerwartet, wo man denkt, ja, hier ist bestimmt die Schwachstelle, aber das war nur Teil des Puzzles. In Wirklichkeit ist die Schwachstelle ganz woanders und so. Also sehr spannend. So, jetzt kommt Big Lore und Cutscene. Die skippt man natürlich in einem Speedrun. Und zwar ganz gekonnt und ja, jetzt sind wir der böse Gott und ja, einfach nicht hinterfragen, aber letztendlich das Böse war man selbst, deswegen wird man hier so ein bisschen gepeinigt dafür, auf eine künstlerische Art und Weise, metaphorisch hat man ja als kleiner Mensch die ganzen Kolosse kaputt gemacht, die nur so langsam und statisch sind und sich langsam bewegen können. Jetzt hat man dort hinten so Menschen rumlaufen, die einen angreifen. Man kann versuchen, gegen die zu kämpfen und so. Aber man trifft sie nicht so wirklich und die sind schneller als einer selbst. Also man wird sozusagen, einem wird der Spiegel vorgehalten so ein bisschen. Also der Owe, der ist wirklich ein ganz großer Fan davon, einem das eigene, ich sag mal, Benehmen und so weiter vorzuhalten und künstlerisch auszuspielen. Aber dafür kann man Feuer spucken. Und das ist das, was eigentlich, worauf es ankommt. Ein bisschen vapen, ne? Naja, und ich habe ihn ein bisschen hochgeglitscht. Deswegen schwebt er gerade. Das sollte er auch nicht tun. Gut, und jetzt bliblablub. Die haben einen Brunnen fesselt, der uns jetzt einsperrt und jetzt endlich dann ja, man will versuchen, dem zu widerstehen, aber letztendlich ist der schnellere Speedrun-Weg natürlich einfach reinzulaufen. Und ja, das war jetzt das Spiel in 1,22, so 2,5 Minuten langsamer als meine Bestzeit, was für ein No-Reset durchaus okay ist. Also hat man jetzt zumindest noch so die letzten 3 Kolosse gesehen. Insgesamt sind es 16. Das heißt, da gibt es durchaus auch was zu sehen, wenn ihr dann am Wochenende einschalten solltet. Genau, und wenn das jetzt ein Personal Best wäre oder so, würde ich jetzt noch die Cutscene anschauen, weil ganz zum Schluss dann die Ingame-Time aufploppt, die man leider, also die Cutscene kann man leider nicht überspringen, ohne dass die Ingame-Time dadurch leidet. Aber das ist dann immer so ein Moment, wo man ein bisschen sich entspannen kann, wenn man merkt, gut, man hat das Spiel durchgespielt und bekommt jetzt sozusagen noch ein bisschen die Lore und kann dann warten darauf, bis man sieht, ob man wirklich den Rekord bekommen hat oder nicht. Der Vorteil von der Ingame-Time ist natürlich, dass die ganzen Cutscenes rausgerechnet sind und die Ladezeiten, weswegen das tatsächlich sehr, sehr gut ist, um darin einzuschätzen, wer dann das bessere Spiel hat. Und natürlich die verschiedenen PlayStation verschiedenste Ladezeiten haben. Ja gut, wie dem auch sei, also ich glaube, heute werde ich jetzt keine weiteren Runs mehr machen, aber danke fürs Einschalten und für den Raid im Generellen. Hat mir auch ein bisschen Übung gegeben, das Ganze mal auf Deutsch so ein bisschen zu kommentieren, weil ich das überhaupt nicht gewohnt bin. Habe hier und da mal ein paar deutsche Events gemacht, aber in der Regel mache ich meine Streams auf Englisch, weil da halt die meisten meiner sonstigen Zuschauer eigentlich herkommen, beziehungsweise ich da generell komfortabel darin bin, das Ganze auf Englisch vorzutragen. Aber ja, ich schaue gerade wegen Raid, aber auch da sehe ich jetzt keinen von der Shadow Community oder so, den ich raiden würde. Ich glaube, das heißt, ich würde jetzt den Stream an der Stelle beenden und hoffe, dass manche auch beim Shadow of Colossus Run einschalten dann am Wochenende. Vielen Dank und habt noch einen schönen Abend. Ne? To my English-speaking viewers as well, I'll stop the stream here, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll probably be back. Not sure if tomorrow, but probably I'll do another stream on Thursday to practice some more. So see you there. Bye!